So today on this stormy and dangerous February 13th, we're taking a very, again, personal look at one of my favorite baseball card sets of the 1970s, the 1973 Topps baseball set. Now, I started collecting the previous year's set, 1972 Topps, at the Nash Creek School, but the 1973 Topps baseball was a little bit more rare at the local convenience stores. I got my first packs actually at a small convenience store near the Noranda Smelter in Beldoon, and because of the amount of pollution in the air and the effluent, the cards I bought were somewhat stained by the dirt coming down from the sky, but I got some really great cards, including Rolly Fingers and Mickey Rivers, and a great amount of stars up and coming and fading. Now, some baseball card purists criticized the 1973 Topps baseball because after the great layout and success of the 71 and 72 sets, 73 had a very, very traditional design on the front, a full color photo and a black border curved at the borders, with actually a great design for the position. In the lower right, there was a circle with a design, be it outfield or infield or different positions. Now, some cards had a vertical layout, some horizontal. There was more and more action cards, and overall, it seemed to me to be more of a teenager set. Like 72 was more pandering to the younger crowd and the older crowd, kind of. It's what we call it, the hippie set. But 73 stands out for a lot of reasons, because it was the Mike Schmidt and Ron Cey famous double rookie card, which actually ends up in the $2,000 range for a lot of people. First official card with Nolan Ryan in an Angels uniform. The 1972 card had the Ryan with a painted cap on, and we also had a Goose Gossage first year, which is quite interesting. Other big record rookies include Bob Boone, Dwight Evans, and the big thing was the Hall of Famer cards of Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and Clemente. Clemente died in the months previous in a relief plane crash. He was trying to bring supplies to a damaged area to the Caribbean, and died, of course. Hank Aaron was pushing the record. He was getting closer and closer, and Willie Mays, it was his last year as a pro player, and he had spent some time with the Mets in the World Series against my Oakland A's. Now, overall, the set was smaller than 1972, but again, it was released in the series. There's 5 series in a set, all 132 cards for each one, and some great sub-series in it. You had boyhood photos of the stars, just like 72, all-time leaders, Topps rookie stars, playoff highlights, World Series highlights, and league leaders. And it had a very interesting insert, 23 team cards and 24 manager cards, and they also had insert checklists. But the biggest problem with the set, of course, most of the cards are off center because of the black borders and the fronts. They had quite a bit of production problems through the years. But overall, like I said, it's so funny with the cards they chose for the vertical and horizontal action shots. The verticals look great, but the horizontal look like something I would take with an old Pentax from the 1980s with no long lens. But overall, like I said, it can be very inexpensive for the non-stars, but it's very expensive for the stars. A lot more expensive than 1972, again, because Mike Schmidt and Gossage and everybody else. So overall, the set, I give it like a 7 out of 10. The gum in that pack was probably the best I've ever tasted. It was similar to like the Juicy Bazooka that was introduced years later, with the the sugary thing in the middle. And I didn't really start collecting it heavy until the 1990s, when I went to an event in the Boston region, and there were 50 card packs of the Commons of Topps in a $5 what I call bin. I was so shocked I almost took a heart attack. I have about, I don't know, 400 cards of the set, but there's no way I can collect the stars and rookies, because it would be throw my budget through the roof. So on this snowy morning, we tell you to keep your stick on the ice. And like I said with the previous podcast, if you have some 1973 cards you want to get rid of, I'm not hard to find. We'll consider it payoff for all the great coverage I gave you through the years for all my newspapers. That's what you call journalistic patronage. Just joking, but like I said, 73 if you have them. Some great cards, some great memories. Have a good day. Bye.